talk to Fernando Ruiz, who is going to give us a talk over React Native and Expo. So Fernando, you are up.
Sorry, press the wrong buttons. Hi, everybody. My name is Fernando Ruiz. I'm a senior developer at RFX Solutions. I've been doing development for since I was 12, but honestly, like professionally, like five years, about 5 years. Today, I'm going to be talking about Expo. Expo, basically, Expo is to build native applications sort of the easy way. That's why I have it there. This is to talk more about anybody who wants to build mobile applications but don't want to deal with like their iOS and Android separately, right? So what is Expo? Expo is an open source framework that basically handles all the it handles all the things that you need to do in order to build Android and iOS applications on just one framework. And you'd have to do you do web development, you do TypeScript development basically. So you don't have to deal with Kotlin or Java or Objective-C if you want to build an application. So it's just a simple framework that makes it easier for you to build native applications. Why would you want to use Expo, right? Or what's the difference between Expo, React Native, and native development? First of all, if you're doing native development for your shop, you usually have to keep two different repos, one for Android and one for iOS. And usually you have to have people dedicated just for iOS or Android. But with React Native, you actually can keep one source, and that's basically in React. And you can build for both applications, for iOS and Android at the same time. So where you're doing one build, you actually create for two different projects, so iOS and Android. So what's the difference between React Native and Expo? Basically, React Native, you still have to touch native code on both iOS and Android. But with Expo, you don't have to really dig into either one of those. You just basically work with React, and you do everything in TypeScript or JavaScript, and you just work in one source, and that actually builds out to iOS and Android. There's other applications out there that do the same frameworks. Xamarin, which is C#, Ionic, PhoneGap, Cordova, and Flutter. Those are some of the other ones that you could use, but honestly, I only touch Expo, React Native, and native development. Done Android development before, done some React Native, and right now at our shop, I'm working with Expo. And why go with Expo? It's easy to maintain, so since it handles both of your products on the Android side and iOS, it's easy just to update one place, and it updates both. Once you build for Android and iOS, it basically, you can see the updates on both sides. No need to try and keep up with native code or extra installations, but there's a caveat to that. There's only so many plugins that you can use in Expo. So let's say you want a location plugin, it works fine, but let's say you want to use like a scanner example, that's what I'm dealing with right now. You have to actually modify the code in native applications to be able to use those. Another thing is web developers can help with the project, because you don't have to be a JavaScript expert or Objective-C or Swift or Kotlin expert. You can literally just write React. It's a little bit formatted a different way, and the way that you approach it is a little bit different, but you can grab somebody who does React and put it in the project, and they can actually create screens and go and build part of your application really quick. The other thing about Expo, it's easy to deploy. They have something called the ES server, which once you build it, it actually it goes to an Expo server that actually builds it for you, and it builds the Android side and the iOS side for you. So you don't have to deal with Xcode or any of the usual tools that you have to use to actually build the application. Another thing about Expo, usually native applications, whenever you do an update, you have to rebuild the application, and actually, so the updates can be shown. But with Expo, they have over-the-air updates, and they're easy to, basically you do a JavaScript update or TypeScript, and you can actually send the update directly to the application. That way, it's easy to, like, let's say somebody missed data type or something, it could be like an easy fix without having to deploy everything again. Downsides, like I said, plugins. Not all the plugins are available, or not all the things that you need are available. So if you're building a small application or you know what you need, I would say check the plugins to make sure they have them or they're easily accessible, and that way you can use it. The application size is usually big. It's about 30 megabytes. That's just the base plus whatever you add to it. If you go to more advanced features, like I said, you have to eject from Expo, and then you have to do React Native, which then you'll have to handle the code on a little bit of the code on Android and Java, iOS, but it's not too much code, not like actual native applications. The only other thing is library upkeeping. Basically, make sure you keep up to date with the libraries and make sure they're up to date and everything. That's about it, but those are not too bad. You can go find more about Expo, expo.dev. And I do have like a little demo just to show you how fast you can build like a simple application. So all you, like, once you install Expo, all you have to do is a simple Expo in it, and you can actually just give it a name. And it already does TypeScript and JavaScript. Usually suggest to go with the more advanced ones so you can see how they approach some of the things. But by doing this simple, like, run, like I can already, this small package already I can already build to, like, for the stores, for Apple Store and for the Android store. And it literally takes seconds, or well, however fast this downloads. But yeah, just waiting on it, but it's that simple. It's just the only thing I would say, I would suggest having a Mac or some kind of way so you can actually build for iOS, because that's usually the harder one, and then Android is usually the easy one. So like, without even opening the code, I can already, like, as simple as 3 clicks, I can already show you the application on the emulator. This is why I love Expo. It's already handling a lot of the displaying and opening the simulators for you. And this is just on the iOS. I can do it for Android too. I think it's way faster than React Native. It takes a little bit longer, and obviously faster than native development because you have to take extra steps and know extra stuff. But yeah, I think that's it. Here's some more info. Thank you.